So this is what happened to my vegetable plant one day after I harvested, with minus 2 degrees Celsius. This is what happened to my vegetable plant. See, they die. So this is my squash. And this is my tomatoes. And this is my eggplant. My plants died from too much cold, minus 2 degrees Celsius. So that's what happens to my plants. This is what happened to my vegetable plant when the weather is minus 2 degrees Celsius. My plants die early. Look at my tomatoes. See? This is what happened when my vegetable plant die from too much cold. So this is my tomato. See? It's dead now. So this is how my tomato plants look like after an exposure with a minus 2 degrees Celsius temperature. So this is the okra. And this is my eggplant. Ganyan yung itsura nila pag namatay sa sobrang lamig. Ayan, sayang yung mga halaman ko. Mamumunga pa sana sila ng mga kalahating taon, pero mamamatay sila. Namatay na sila sa sobrang lamig. Ayan yung aking mga Malabar spinach. Yan yung mga okra. At ito yung mga sili. Ayan, ganyan ang itsura. So, hinarvest ko na yung mga dahon tsaka yung mga bunga bago nag freezing point yung temperature. So, ito yung kamatis. Kita nyo, ganito yung itsura nila. O, ayan o. Namamatay nang wala sa oras. Here, ayan. May mga bunga pa. So ganyan ang itsura nila. Parang linuto sa mainit na tubig yung dahon. Ganyan ang lamig. Parang linuto yung halaman ko. Ito yung nangyari sa basil ko. Pero tignan niyo yung mustard o mustasa. Na-survive niya yung lamig, oh. Hindi siya namatay. Lahat ng vegetable ko namatay except this mustard. So this mustard is still alive. With a -3 degrees Celsius, it's still alive. I will compost these plant materials, vegetable peel and fruit peel, and leftover vegetable that I cannot cook, and some rotten vegetable and fruits. You see this pail with soil on top. Half of that in the bottom are materials, plant materials like this, and vegetable peel or leftover vegetable and fruits, rotten fruits, and some leftover rotten rice like that. So I place it on the bottom of this pail, and then I put soil on top, and it's gonna be snowing soon, within a week probably. So these pails contains half soil on top, and on the bottom are compost materials like plant materials like this, plant materials like stem, leftover leaves, vegetable peel, fruit peel, rotten vegetable and rotten fruits, and whatever part of vegetable or fruits that we don't eat. I compost everything using these pails. So as you can see, this one has composted materials on the bottom, right? And on the top, half of it on top is soil. So next year, while the plant materials is rotting on the bottom or decaying, I can actually plant on top of it without any issue. Any vegetable plant, my vegetable will grow perfectly good and healthy. And the only thing that I will not going to plant on this pail with the compost materials on the bottom that is rotting or decaying is I'm not going to plant carrot or any root crops like sweet potato or carrot or potato. It's not good for those kind of vegetable to plant in a container with decaying materials or decaying organic on the bottom. So this is another compost. So I have to put this on top of this. See, this will give nutrients to my soil. So this is the decayed or rotten plant materials which I get from cutting and trimming my plants when they start to grow, and I don't throw anything. So anything from my plant materials like the leaves, the stem. Once they die, I don't throw it. I actually compost it. And what I do is I put a lot of leaves, stem, plant materials inside the container or in the soil, and then add some soil on top of it, then add some water, so the process of decomposing is much faster, or the process of decaying the plant materials is much faster with that method. Adding compost like the decay or rotten plant materials and food waste into the regular soil of my plants, it adds nutrients, or it improves the quality of my improve the quality of the soil in my plants. That's one of the secret why I grow a very healthy vegetables or plants in my garden. I use compost, and I usually compost the plant materials like the dry leaves, cut leaves, so this is the decaying materials, plant materials. I'm gonna add it to the regular soil in the containers. So next year it is ready for planting. See, this is a decayed plant materials. This will provide a nutrition to my soil, or it will improve the quality of the soil in my garden. This is one of my secret why my plants are healthy. But this one's require extra work, and it's kind of like you smell the rotten thing, the rotten materials. You really smell it. This is a rainwater. So in 1 week from now, it's gonna be snowing here. So actually, the snow is slowing down the decomposition of plant materials or food waste on my compost. It's slowing down because it's frozen, right? It's very cold. So what I do is I add water on top of the soil. Remember, it is a composting material on the very bottom of this container. Is I put some plant materials like leaves, stem, food waste, fruit peel, and vegetable peel. Then I add soil on top. Then after that, one of my secret is I water it on top, a little bit only, so the water will give enough moist for my soil and for the plant material on the bottom, so the decaying will be faster than usual. And next year, even though the plant materials on the bottom of this container is still decaying, or it's not fully compost, I can already plant on top of the compost. See, I add water to fasten the to make the decomposition of plant materials faster. And let's see, in this way the decaying is faster. or the decomposing is faster. It will give voice to my soil on top and the plant materials on the bottom. So next year, I can use this soil in a container for planting already.